Hello friends, today we will start with the geography second chapter, that is globe, latitude and longitude. In the previous chapter we have read that our planet Earth is not a sphere, it is slightly flattened at the north and south pole and blurs in the middle. Can you imagine how it looks? You may look at the globe carefully in your classroom to get an idea of globe is a true model miniature form of the earth. Globes may be of varying size and type. Big ones which cannot be carried easily, small pocket globes and globe-like balloons which can be inflated or handy and carried with the ease. The globe is not fixed, it can be rotated the same way as a top spin or potter's wheel is rotated on the globe. On the globe, country, continent, oceans are shown in their correct size. It is difficult to describe the location of a point on a sphere like Earth. Now the question arises as to how to locate a place on it. We need certain points of reference and lines to find out the location of places. You will notice that you will notice that a needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner which is called its axis. 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes are two poles, North Pole and South Pole. The globe that can be moved around this needle and from west to east just as Earth moves. But remember, there is a major difference. The real Earth has no such needle, it moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. Another imaginary line running on the globe divides it into two equal parts. The line is known as equator. North half of the Earth is known as northern hemisphere and south half is known as southern hemisphere. They are both equal halves, therefore equator is an imaginary circular line and is a very important reference point to locate places on Earth. All parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallel of latitudes. Latitudes are measured in degrees. The equator represents the 0 degree latitude since the distance from the equator to either the poles is 1/4 of the circle around the earth. It will measure 1/4 of 360 degree, that is 90. Thus 90-degree north latitude marks the north pole and 90-degree south latitude marks the south pole. As such, all parallel of the equator are called north latitude. Similarly, all parallel south of equator are called south latitude. The value of each latitude is therefore followed by either word north or south. Generally, this is indicated by letter N or S. For example, both Chandrapur in Maharashtra and Belu in horizon in Brazil are located on parallels of south 20-degree latitude, but the former is 20 north of equator and later is 20 south of it. We therefore say that the Chandrapur is situated in 20-degree north latitude and Belu horizontal is situated at 20-degree south latitude. We see figure 2.2 that as we move away from the equator, the size of parallel of latitude decreases. Important parallels of latitudes. Beside the equator, the North Pole and South Pole, there are four important parallel of latitude. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north in northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degree south in southern hemisphere. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north of equator. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south of equator. Heat zones of Earth. The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year in all latitudes between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The area therefore receives the maximum heat and is called torrid zone. The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of sun rays goes on decreasing towards the pole as the area bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have moderate temperature. These are therefore called temperate zones. area lying between Arctic Circle and North Pole in the southern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore, its rays are always slanting and provides less heat. These are therefore called frigid zone, very cold. What are longitudes? To fix the position of places, it is necessary to know something more than the latitude of that place. You can see, for example, that Tonga Island in the Pacific Ocean and Mauritius Island in the Indian Oceans are situated on the same latitude, that is 20 degrees south. Now, in order to locate them precisely, we must find out how far east or west these places are from given line of reference running from North Pole to South Pole. These lines of reference are called meridians of longitude, and the distance between them are measured in the degree of longitude. Each degree is further divided into minutes and minutes into seconds. They are semicircles. The distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes zero at the pole, where all the meridians meet. Unlike parallels of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. Thus, it was difficult to number the meridians. Hence, all countries decided that the count should begin from meridian which passed through Greenwich, which is where the British Royal Observatory is located. This meridian is called prime meridian. Its value is 0 degree longitude, and from it we count 180 degree eastward as well as 180 degree westward. The prime meridian and 180-degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. Therefore, the longitude of a place is followed by the letter E for the east and west, W for the west, and it is however interesting to note that 180-degree east and 180-degree west meridians are on the same line. Now look at the grid of parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude on the globe. You can locate any point on the globe very easily if you know its latitude or longitude. For example, Dhubri in Assam is situated at 26 degree north latitude and 90 degree east longitude, but out of the point where these two lines cut each other, that point will be the location of Dhubri. To understand this clearly, draw equidistant vertical and horizontal lines on paper. Level the vertical rows with the number of horizontal rows with the letter. Draw some small circle randomly on the points where these horizontal and vertical lines intersect each other. Name the small circles as A, B, C, D, and E. Let the vertical line represent east longitude and horizontal line as north latitude. Now you will see the circle A is located on B degree and north latitude and 1 degree east longitude. Find out the location of other circles. Longitude and the time. The best means of measuring time is by movement of the earth, the sun, the moon and the planet. The sun regularly rises and sets every day. Naturally, it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be reckoned by shadow cast by the sun, which is the shortest at noon, longest at sunrise and sunset. When the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have the midday or noon. As the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will ahead of Greenwich time and those at the west will behind it. The rate of difference can be calculated as follows. The earth rotates 360 degrees in about 24 hours, which means 15 degrees of an hour or 1 degree in 4 minutes. Thus, when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15 degree east of Greenwich will be 15 into 4, 60 minutes, 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 p.m. But 15 degree west of Greenwich, the time will be behind the Greenwich time by 1 hour, that is, it will be of 11 a.m. Similarly, at 180, it will be midnight when it is 12 noon at Greenwich. At any place, a watch can adjust it to read 12 o'clock when the sun is at highest point in the sky. That is when it is midday. The time shown by Such watch will give the local time for that place. You can see that all places on the given meridian of longitude have the same local time. Why do you have a standard time? The local time of places which are on different meridians are bound to differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. In India, for instance, there will be a difference of about 1 hour 45 minutes in the local time of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. It is therefore necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of country as standard time for the country. In India, the longitude latitude half degree east is treated as the standard meridian. The local time at meridian is taken as standard time for a whole country. It is known as Indian Standard Time, that is IST. Kabir lives in a small town near Bhopal. He tells his friend Alok that they will not able to sleep tonight. A day and night cricket match between India and England had started at 2 p.m. in London. This means that match would begin at 7:30 p.m. in India, finish well into the night. Do you know that what is the time difference between India and England? India located east of Greenwich, that is 82 degree 30 minutes east, is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT, and it will be 7:30 p.m. in India and when it is 2 p.m. noon in London. Some countries have great longitudinal extent and so they have adopted more than one standard time. For example, Russia, there are as many as 11 standard times. The earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. 1 hour each. Each zone thus covers 15 degree of longitude.